Do you guys remember that week's worth of words video that I did a while ago? This is part 2. And if I don't seem happy, it's just because I've recorded this so many times and I'm really tired of it. So, first word is dilettante. It's a person who learns about and dabbles in a subject without any real commitment, which is a lot of my family because we're bibliophiles and we love to learn. Whatever knowledge it is, don't care, we like to learn it. So it's a natural and good and positive and healthy thing. That's how I was raised. But apparently dilettante is kind of a like a sneering term. Like, oh, we're in school for poetry 7 days a week, but that guy is only in school for poetry 1 day a week. Who does he think he is, the dilettante? And I don't like that. Just, if you know something, that's cool. If you have a thirst for knowledge, that's cool. Next word is gemmy. The potential of an individual mineral specimen to become or not become a piece of jewelry. It's gemmy quality. And I actually have a physical representation of these are little chunklets of rock that I purchased for $1 each. The name is corundum, and you have seen this everywhere, because when it is red like this, it is called a ruby, and when it is any other color, it's called aquamarine. So these are rubies that I'm holding, like the genuine article. They're just not very gemmy, because I bought them for $1, and I bet you someone just went up to an old mine and picked up a bunch of dirt and sifted through it, and this was what was left behind. But for my purposes, I don't want something gemmy. I want something like this, which I can make into an awl. I have a Dremel tool on my desk here, so I'm going to see if I can make that happen. Because diamond is a 10 on the Mohs hardness scale, and corundum is a 9, I think. So, not very gemmy. Sorry for the hand in your face. Next word, foment. He fomented, he is a fomenter. He is currently fomenting. To instigate an undesirable or violent sentiment or course of action. So basically, it's that guy who causes a riot. Or it's that guy on the plane who's like, yeah, let's piss everybody off. He is fomenting. The next word is a terrible one. Foundering. I learned about this word when a whitetail wandered into my parents' backyard, and it was foundering. Well, she was foundering. An ungulate, which is a hooved animal, whose hooves have grown too long. The animal cannot walk properly and will die without the aid of a farrier. And a farrier is someone who tends to the hooves of horses. But I also assume that if you put a goat or other ungulate in front of them, they could tend to it. So what happens with foundering is if the animal gets way too much nutrients, its hooves, which are supposed to be like this on the ground, start growing out so they look like shoes. Which means it's putting extra stress on the tendon, it's messing the back up, it's messing everything up, and this animal can barely walk. And it's toast pretty much. I called the game commission and they were like, yeah, we're not going to come out and shoot it because it's one individual and it's not like chronic wasting disease. But be aware it might die on your property. But she was so sad. She was having one hell of a time moving. This one's a good word though. Pyrophile. Great word. It is not someone who has an affinity for setting things on fire. That's a pyromaniac. Pyrophile is a botanical word. It means that a pyrophile is a plant that needs fire to trigger its reproductive cycle. Without that temperature, seeds won't be triggered to disperse or grow. So if you're a plant and you live in a wildfire-prone country, like pretty much the whole world nowadays, after the fire comes, it obliterates everything, right? But if that prolonged temperature, if that perfect temperature of the fire is what you need as a sapling or a seedling to like sprout up, then you're the first guy there. You're the first big ass tree in the forest. You can populate it. You can get all the nutrients, and it's an incredibly successful adaptation to be a pyrophile. I don't know very many of them. The ones that I've heard of are trees, but I assume cacti are the same way because cacti are absolutely ridiculous at thriving. And do you know why I don't know a lot about it? It's because I'm a dilettante. I'm not an actual botanist, I just pretend to be one. The next word is alliaceous. My brother taught me this one because he drinks. Smelling or tasting of garlic or onion. Example from him. Apparently some beer hops are alliaceous, and if you're like a master brewer, you can make it work, but maybe not the rest of us. If we were trying to brew something, it might just come out smelling terrible. So for me, no to the alliaceous hops, yes to an alliaceous smelling kitchen. And the last word is sedate phobia. And I actually knew someone with this fear. It's the fear of silence. I have confirmed hyperacusis and non-confirmed misophonia, so I absolutely need silence to function. And this guy that I knew would like physically, he'd have the physical tells of like looking around, breath changes. He was not comfortable with silence, but it went deeper than that. I'm explaining like you're 5 what a phobia is, but it was so bizarre to me because I view silence as such a healthy, necessary thing, and he was just like, I can't, Tess, I can't. We gotta put the TV on or something. So these are my weekly words. Please comment some cool words in the comments that I may learn and share, and words are great. Done with this video. Done with it till the next one, because I've got a next one coming.